Yeah, I'll check it when I get the notification. I'll start watching, and if it's crap, I'll tell you.
It is just what it is. There's nothing else we can do at this point.
So we're just gonna talk like nobody's here, because there might not be.
All right, it's up. You tell me what you see. I'm gonna go.
The preview still looks wrong, but I'm waiting for the actual thing. Hold on a second.
It's up and it's perfect. Or unless that's just the. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, this is live now.
It is live. It is live. All right, we're gonna have to watch this and just do this and go with it. Okay, here we go. We're going to the intro. Screw this. Okay, so right now.
Okay.
Right now, we just have to check it on the live stream because we think we have figured out there's major problems right now with YouTube. And guess what? It's for okay.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Hi, everybody.
At it.
Welcome.
It appears to be fine.
It is Wednesday the 3rd, 2021, and it seems to be the afterbirth of 2020 in the YouTube universe because, as we've just discovered, for the last 45 minutes, we were trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with this stream. Okay. And so we both have our previews open. Now I have a question for you, Corey. Are you previewing this on a MacBook, or were you previewing it on the on your PC?
So when we were troubleshooting, I was previewing the stream through the YouTube Studio. The what we both share credentials to monitor
on a PC or a Mac though.
Manage the stream.
Right.
And it's a PC.
Okay.
And I'm monitoring it through Google Chrome, and I'm also monitoring it now through my phone. And literally, no joke, YouTube, I'm sitting here looking at the stream from our perspective as a streamer, and then what you guys see, and they're not the same.
Okay, so we had to do about 45 minutes of research to come to this conclusion, in which is YouTube is currently having a massive problem. We didn't know this. And we finally just decided, I said, look, man, I said, every setting right now that we currently have in the live stream is 100% accurate, where there's nothing wrong here. I can't figure out what the problem is. We're not getting any drop frames. Everything's perfectly healthy. And he said, well, why don't we go look at the actual stream and see if the actual proportions in the stream are good on it. And I was like, okay, let's go do that. So we go back and we look at what we actually live streamed, and it's perfect. And I'm going, so I'm on a completely different computer. I'm on an iPad Pro to monitor and a MacBook Pro to monitor. And the monitor looks completely jumbled up, and we're coming out into the world that we think completely garbage. He's on a PC on a completely different browser, and it's still coming up jumbled up. So we just had to figure out.
Christina Richards says, yeah, in chat, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Christina, you see it fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you see Mike top left, and you see me bottom right, and
and that looks
the resolution is fine. The frame rate is okay. Right?
Yep.
That's okay. What I suspect.
There we go. That's what we had to basically troubleshoot. YouTube, go.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for the check. And
thank you so much. Thanks, YouTube.
Deep breath, and I guess we'll try to carry on because I don't know. It's weird to be, no joke, looking at the monitoring to monitor it, as the streamer. And
it is very weird.
It's wrong.
It's completely wrong.
No, but it's not wrong. It's literally right. So
it's perfectly normal. So we just wasted 45 minutes of our lives trying to fix the problem. Okay.
You guys could go back and look at the past live streams, the past 5, and see they're all us. You would see that. That's kind of amusing. You would see that it looks fine, and you hear us talking over the intro, going, "Yeah, what's wrong with the stream? What's wrong with the stream? Something's wrong with the stream. What's wrong with the settings?
What could happen? What could happen?
It worked fine on Monday.
Sure. And we didn't change anything, and now we've gone right back to the way it normally. Hi, welcome. We could probably just edit that entire part out. And you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this because in a minute, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset the entire universe like we're coming in from a cold open. Okay, so that when we go back and edit this, we can cut that entire part out because it's jackassery is what it is. And we're going jackass. Here we come. All right, we're gonna come live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021, and it feels like we're in the space-time continuum because SpaceX keeps blowing up rockets, which is kind of cool. Hey, Corey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going, YouTube? What's up? Nice
What
to see you again. A
is
little bit of a
up?
later stream, but yeah, we're here and gonna share some knowledge with you.
Yeah, so in this episode, SpaceX blows it up again, and the FAA blows back. After that, we're going to be looking at Starship Troopers and their new RTS. Would you like to know more? And citizen, or what is it?
Yes.
What is it? You have the other tagline.
What?
The tagline. What's the other one?
Would you like to know more?
No, the other one.
Service guarantees citizenship.
There it is. Service guarantees citizenship, and then finally we're going to go
And
back.
then would you like to know more?
And then would you like to know more? That's correct. And then we're going to go into more information about Gamestop and the whole debacle between Reddit, Robinhood, and Mark Cuban has apparently jumped in as the SEC has decided to start formally investigating what actually happened. So with that said, hey, Bo, how are you?
Shall I go?
No, don't go yet. Don't get okay. So baseline is we do have a Rolex 24 video coming to you, but we have an update. We currently have so much footage, and it's actually Corey's laughing. I know,
and it's entertaining. It's not just filler, you know.
Yeah, it's not filler.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. Give him your 2 cents on it.
Yeah. What Mike's got most of the raw data over there, and he's been working on it and done a really good job. And what I've seen so far, music, the pace, the interaction between the two of us for the video, it's good. It's fun. It's fun to follow along. So as it builds a bit longer, it might need to be a few extra videos.
Yeah, so what we had to decide, so what we talked about when we started the project, right, was the fact that we were going to take the Rolex video and we were going to make one, fan experience video, which is basically our interaction. We were going to make one cinematographic video, which was going to be just all the pretty stuff, no talking, and then one behind the scenes, how we made the actual video, right? Well, we're going to have to break that up even further because we came back with so much footage. We're going to actually break it up and make a fan experience video about the infield, a fan experience video about the grandstands, and then probably a fan experience video about the racing from day to night. And it's going to be much more encompassing, and each video is going to end up being, I think, anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes long when we're done with it. And that's because I think we did a good job. Now, I could be totally wrong. And we could come back and be in suck territory, and YouTube doesn't have to agree with us, and that's what this is all about. But it's exciting.
Yeah, and if we finish them or watch them and they're like it's cool, but it's kind of long, maybe we'll cut some stuff up, some quicker clips, but we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. Okay, now Corey, if you would like to,
I'll kick it off. Yeah. So just as you guys see in the description below, we're gonna talk about SpaceX, some gaming, and then stocks again. So I'll kick it off with SpaceX. And just to go in a bit of a chronological order, because we have kind of two things to talk about with SpaceX.
Yep.
The first one will be I'll talk about Starship serial number 9, or 8, which did a test in December.
Yep.
And if you guys have been following us, we talked about it. It was basically it's really the stage 1 Starship. It's the big stainless steel Starship that they're testing to take off. Like a regular rocket you would know of, but then come back and land like the Falcon 9s do. And it's quite large, and it's something no one's ever done before. This was the first, quote, medium or high altitude test. Not really high altitude, but medium altitude. It wasn't super high. And if you've been following the news, it took off, and that was fine. It had some engine trouble on the way up, but it still did mostly fine overall. Shut the engines down, and then it's supposed to belly flop on the way down, which also went pretty well.
Yep.
And then the flip at the bottom, also fine, really. And then just had some issues, getting that velocity slowed down before it smacked the ground. And, did blow up.
A rapid, what'd you call it? A rapid?
It's what you call a rapid disassembly.
Rapid disassembly.
In rocket terms.
Yes.
Yeah, rapid disassembly. So it did do that. Long story short, it appears that launch took place without full license permission by the FAA. Yeah, just take that 2 seconds to get that sorted, because sink in, because it sounds like they all were, SpaceX and Musk was aware that they weren't really legal to go yet, and they did anyway. And basically, I'll read some of this, what we found. I'll read some of it to you, because there's not really a descript why.
There never is.
Happened. Right, so the FAA. So here, let me find it. And okay, let's see. The so-called mishap investigation was opened that week, the same week it happened, focusing not only on the explosive landing, but SpaceX's refusal to stick to the terms of what the FAA authorized, two people said. It was unclear what the test flight violated,
No one
the
knows.
FAA license, and an FAA spokesman declined to specify when speaking to The Verge, which is where this is the first one of the first places to break the story. Yeah.
Well,
They
the New York,
basically went on to say, FAA will continue to work with SpaceX to evaluate additional information provided by the company, modify the license, and then try to get the new license sorted out for subsequent tests.
right?
We'll get to the next test. That's the next article because Michael talked about that. So whatever happened, they worked something out because we would hope this one, the next one went up legally, or
No, I don't think it did. That's my 2 cents. I don't think it did.
So, well, FAA doesn't always work really quickly. But anyway, I'll just continue this up and I'll pass it over to Mike. But yeah, basically, even Musk, because he has to, he chimed in and he said, "quote Unlike its aircraft division, which is fine, the FAA Space Division has a fundamentally broken regulatory structure.
No, that's not
Their
just.
rules are meant
It's not
for a
just the
handful
space
of
one.
expendable launches per year for a few government facilities. Under those rules, humanity will never get to Mars." End quote.
I love him. By the way,
So he was super happy, but we don't really know what happened. Yeah, so there you go.
well, one correction. Actually, and The Verge and the New York Post were two to carry this story, because the one that I shared to you initially was from the New York Post, and then this one came up on The Verge, I think, on the heels of the one from the New York Post. And quite honestly, I'm going to say this right out loud. I think the second time that rocket went up, it went up probably without full permission from the FAA, in some broader sense, in that Elon Musk pushed the envelope as he normally does, and took advantage of dealing with the FAA as it is. Because the FAA, he isn't wrong about some things. The FAA is a slow-moving beast, and it rarely ever keys you into, if you've caused an issue, what the initial issue is up front. But you always have to do a little bit more digging. That's at least what I've known about working with the FAA for so long. Thankfully, I've never been in trouble with the FAA, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this qualifies, but we'll go into this one, the next one, as an add-in. If you weren't paying attention, because the live stream went up the other day, SpaceX decided to take an SN9, put it on the pad, and take it for a loop. Literally, it went up, got to a 10K mark, and on its descent down, was in the perfect belly flop position, and sadly, well, it has a problem. A small problem where it just doesn't seem to get itself aligned properly for landing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do this, and as we see in this video right here, ooh, that got very large. Kaboom!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so while SN8 actually looked like it was upright and might land fine, 9 did not.
Didn't do it. Didn't get it home all the way.
Wasn't quite around. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that respect, it's really interesting to me that right now, hey, I'll say this, and I could say it again and again and again until I'm blue in the face, but it really isn't going to make a difference, because a lot of people, they don't understand that is the way space flight goes, and you probably learn more in the way that these things crash than they do when they fly. And they went up. It actually cruised up on 3 rockets like it was supposed to. When it got to an altitude of 8 kilometers, it killed off 1 engine, went up on 2. Then in the last 2 kilometers, it accelerated right to apogee on 1 engine, came back down, and it was within 1K what they went to the relight for the actual, the system that's going to prevent it from crashing into the ground, and rapid disassembly.
Yep, once again, rapid. Big fireball, and
kaboom.
But I mean, I think again, it is important to mention, just like you said, though, while it's not landing and standing there like a lot of their Falcon 9s do when they come back, they still have tons of data.
Oh, sure.
They get from these, and if you were to just go back and look at all the previous Falcon iterations of their Falcon rocket, I mean, they're good at making stuff work eventually. And one thing that we do know about SpaceX, they do rapid prototyping, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing they do.
Yeah, sure.
If you have, I don't know, again, I know actually I don't see it up, but if you have the GIF, the little graphic on the article from space.com.
Which one?
from the article that we're sharing.
Sure,
If you
yeah.
go down a bit and you see the one that that loops,
Yep.
you'll see the explosion, of course. But look just to the left. That's SN10.
Right
The
next
next
door.
one's literally built there already, and that's what they do because they rapid prototype. So that's one thing that sometimes isn't always apparent when you see SpaceX not always hit the mark. Is
So what if they
they
hit?
don't sit in front of a computer and compute stuff for years
Mhm.
sometimes, like some other entities might do, and then it finally works out the gate, but it's been years.
So let me ask you a
Um,
question. I have a
yeah.
brand new Lamborghini, and I'm going to take out my other brand new Lamborghini, and I'm going to crash it into my house right in the same driveway that my other Lamborghini is. The only thing that I see that's kind of silly there is that couldn't shrapnel from the one that blew up literally pierce the skin? I mean, that's a testament. If that other
Of
rocket
course.
did not take
Of
damage
course.
because that stainless steel skin, I'm going to turn around and give them a double test because they could have been testing that, the integrity of how close could you get two of these together, still have a mishap, and the other rocket survive. That's fantastic.
I can't speculate on that, I suppose.
I mean,
That's somebody somewhere at SpaceX might be saying, we might be able to take a look at that. But
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if that was the purpose of the purpose of that fireball.
To me, I just take a look at that one and I go, hey, you know what? Just real interesting. Fantastic test
Yep.
all the way around. However,
Yep.
why would you leave that other rocket there? I just don't know. Silliness.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Alrighty then. So I guess after that, let's go ahead and if you want to kick it down the road, do something else that's a little bit coming up here in the not too distant future.
Yes. Yep. So you can be sure we'll continue to look at SpaceX news as we go forward. It's one of our passion. We always like to look at SpaceX stuff. So if you enjoy, like, subscribe, you get the idea, all that good stuff.
Yep.
But I'll take it over to one of our other things we do like to talk about and spend some time doing. You'll see in the comments below. Next up is Starship Troopers. So this is a video game in development by, it's been in development, first announced in 2019. It's a survival RTS. And if you've seen the movies Starship Troopers, it's very much in the same kind of universe. It's really set, same kind of story, in the sense that they want you to feel as you play this game that there are just so many bugs, in the sense that they almost never stop coming. It's kind of limitless, and you're really supposed to be, quote, like, on the defensive the whole time. So this is really, as I say, not just an RTS, but a survival RTS. If you guys have played another game, this reminds me kind of, not quite the same, but kind of along the same idea as They Are Billions. I don't know if you guys have seen that game or heard. Yeah, They Are Billions is another really RTS game, but it's a survival RTS where, overwhelming odds. You're really supposed to be up against tons and tons of enemies.
Okay.
And that's really the same idea with this game too. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so the game overall is supposed to, first off, announced in 2019 or 2019, excuse me. And it's made by a company called, or the studio, The Aristocrats. And just if you guys know, the Order of Battle World War II was another popular game they did. So it's not quite a no-name studio, but not one of your bigger studios. But either way, they say the game will have 21 missions, basically near limitless enemies for most of the missions, different kind of objectives per mission. If you were a fan of the rawness of the movie in terms of bugs, really ripping people apart, that'll be the same in this one. The only good bug is a dead bug. That's definitely kind of there. They're supposed to kind of have the same, like,
the only
campiness.
Yes.
Some of the movie was kind of campy and kind of corny.
Yeah.
That's gonna kind of play through. And I don't know if you're gonna play the video, not just yet, but there's a propaganda teaser for the game, and it's in that kind of same vein.
Right.
The game is supposed to be difficult, like hard to beat. It's supposed to be hard. And a few of the things I picked up from the article that I thought you guys might be interested in knowing. Right now, you cannot play as the bugs in any fashion. The bugs are not supposed to be played as, so that's something. There might be mods later. I know some people like mods. And there is a beta test coming up for this as well. I have the link down below for the beta test if you're interested in getting the beta.
Whoa. What is there's a beta test and you didn't share the link with me first on Signal?
Dude, I found this today.
What the?
It's in the video. The whole world knows. You better get on there.
Okay. Hey, I can ill afford another Clandathu, okay? I don't know who can.
No one can afford another Clandathu.
It's a bug planet.
Buenos Aires.
Remember
Buenos Aires.
It's a bug planet. It's a hostile planet. Whatever. I just want to be Rico's Roughnecks. That's all. How did you not? Okay.
You could, yeah. Okay. Anyway,
go ahead
and just finish it up for my spiel. It's supposed to be out June this year.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't want to get in the beta test, supposedly that is coming up. They did play, what was it, just yesterday? Yeah, it was just yesterday on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
The developer, not the developer, sorry, the publisher of the game did a 1 hour like Twitch stream of some of the levels.
I watched some of that.
I did watch a lot of it. It is pretty cool. One thing to know is they straight out mention a few things that aren't working yet or they need to fix. So the voiceovers are none of that's in there. The music is pretty the same.
Voiceovers.
So that wasn't really impressive. Yeah, they're supposed to have live action.
So they're going to bring Denise Richards back and all the cast, or are they just going to have just regular voiceovers? Did they said?
They didn't clarify that.
Because let's not forget, because you know who played the intelligent guy in that movie. It was Doogie Howser.
Oh, yeah.
Doogie Howser was,
yeah.
he was the, what did he get? He got games and science, and he was the guy that could read the bug's brains.
Yeah. He did a bunch of weird things.
Yes.
Evie says money buys you citizenship? ?
I don't know. Does it?
Buys you the game? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
maybe.
Can't be in power if you don't fight. Actually, yeah, that's kind of how that whole universe works. EBY is that if you don't serve, you can't. What was it? If you don't serve, you can't be in politics.
Right.
You can't have kids. You
and citizenship
or something
service
else.
guarantees
like
citizenship.
Health. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but it was a fake world, but.
Let's look at the fact that when that movie came out, it was not a massive money-making success. Matter of fact, I think they made the movie. I think was made for somewhere around. I want to say, oh God, was it like 28 million? And it only grossed 33 million in its initial opening. So the movie only made $5 million on its initial. It wasn't until about a year later where it actually got itself into the cult classic category and it started to make heaps of money. And now, you watch it again, you're like, oh my God, there's so many people in that you wouldn't really anticipate. That was like a break-in part for them, right? So Denise Richards, that was the first movie I saw her in. So
well, it's just like you said. I mean, the movie wasn't that well received, I think.
Right.
And then, over the years, I mean, a lot of people know Star Citizen. So, Star Citizen. Oh my gosh. Whoops. Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Whoops, YouTube. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Starship Troopers. Yeah. But I mean, it just like you said, it kind of another one of those movies that didn't do well initially, but then people, it's kind of because it's so campy and so like into itself.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And people are like, yep, I like it. It's cool. It's funny.
If you watched How I Met Your Mother for a long time and then went back and watched Neil Patrick Harris in Starship Troopers, you're probably going to go, what universe is this in? Because I don't even get it. So yeah, there's a lot there.
Yep.
But I would play it.
Cult classic.
It reminds me, oh God, what was the other game that Blizzard had that was an RTS where you had to mine the, oh God, the name of it escapes me. And you were doing the mining and there was the two factions. There was the red faction. And you would go in and they would always try to attack you, but you were trying to set up your base. Because it looks like this one is more, this isn't like set up a base, mine, and all that other stuff. It's basically just full-on war. Is that what we're led to believe?
You're not talking StarCraft, right?
StarCraft, yeah, StarCraft.
Oh, yeah, geez. StarCraft is, people still play the hell out of StarCraft.
Yes.
But yeah, StarCraft is another really, not a cult classic, but I mean, they have very much competitive leagues still in StarCraft. But to get to your question there, where, like you said, where StarCraft has different types of minerals you have to mine to do things. That is one thing I noticed in this video with talking to the dev early on Twitch was that there's not really much about ammo. There's not really much about like resources in terms of making units. It's more about, do you have the control points to call down reinforcements from orbit, really, is what it seems like.
Okay.
So
does it harken back to like,
it's really more about
Halo Wars,
the battling itself, not so much.
Okay. So
building your base.
So more like Halo Wars then, in that respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. Halo Wars. I don't think he had ammo in Halo Wars either. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, it just makes me.
I
Obviously,
remember
it's a
quite a
game
bit.
that I'm going to try, and now that I know, I'm going to go jump myself into the beta. Thanks, Corey. And
Well, there you go.
there you go.
I have not signed up either, so there.
Connor, what was it? Boundary? Remember that? Hmm?
No, I forgot. That game's escapes my memory already.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey forgot to get me the beta. Anyhow, so red alert.
Oh, Red Alert.
That's the other
Christina,
one.
Red Alert.
Red alert.
CNC, Red Alert. Oh man, those were good too.
Red alert. That was the other one I was thinking about.
Those were good too.
Hold on a second. Red alert, because that's one that I haven't seen in a long. Yes.
Command and Conquer. Oh man.
Command and Conquer. That's the one that I was thinking of. Command and Conquer. So, and that one made its Command and Conquer 3, and that game has been around forever.
A bunch of those. They were all good.
They were all good games, and that's the other one that I was thinking of. So I was thinking more of along the lines of Command and Conquer. Anyhow,
cool. Yeah, that's good. I'm done with that if you're done.
Hey, remember, like, subscribe, follow. And hey, guys, if you're actually watching on your phone, you know what you could also do, and also on your PC. Down in the corner over there, there's a little icon, and that icon is of the Not Your Average Show icon. If you click on that, that's an instant subscribe. And remember, ring the bell. Instant, ring the bell. And that way you know when we go live and do other crazy things, like go to the Rolex. Okay, where am I going? Let's see.
I think you're back to Mark Cuban.
I am. I'm going to take us away. And this one's kind of interesting. So over the weekend, the SEC decided that they probably should take a look at would probably be insider trading in the terms of what's going on with the Gamestop stock. Well, interestingly enough, Mark Cuban turned around and jumped on Reddit, and he started to tutor some of the traders as their next move on AMC Entertainment and GameStop, and said, hey guys, if you can afford to, hold on to the stock, because the way that you really win in this game is, when you're shorting stocks, obviously, is to hold. Don't take the big loss, because eventually people are going to have to buy back in. And from his assertions, looking at what happened with Robinhood, he said that this is an artificial deflation in some of these stocks at the moment, because when Robinhood stepped in, it artificially reduced the demand for GameStop stock, not that the actual demand for GameStop stock has gone away. It just took out a number of the Reddit users that couldn't access the stock purchases anymore. So, in a way of saying, and this is going to be real interesting, is to see how this really plays out. Oh. What'd you say, Doe?
No, I got a text from somebody on my Discord, and then also the camera just went away for some reason.
Bye, camera. Will you figure that out?
I think it's back. Am I back?
I don't know. Are you? Nope.
Have I returned?
Nope, you're gone. No, now you're back. You're back.
Oh, battery exhausted. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Why is it exhausted? It's been plugged in the whole time.
I do not know. That's kind of oh, you know why? I bet you I know why. Anyhow, it should have been Did you have it hooked up to a fully powered port? I've lost Corey. He's gone.
Yeah, I think I'm gone. YouTube. I'm here still.
But he's gone.
You can hear me, right?
We can hear you. Anyhow.
Okay. It's been one of those days, YouTube. It's been one of those days.
Here's the problem, and I'm going to tell you what the problem is. We spent so much time trying to figure out what actually happened to the live stream because of YouTube's problems that now his battery has drained to the point where we've had it active for a longer time, but you might not be getting full power out of that PowerPoint, because the other one that we're using that camera from is a fully powered USB. Anywho, so as I get back into this, and now I'm going to have to do this without Corey, we can just listen to him from the great beyond. He's still here.
It's like a podcast.
It is. It's so weird.
You just get the sultry voice. Maybe I'll get closer to the microphone.
You could do that. Kind of odd and kind of weird in that kind of strange way. But anyhow, in the same respect, the SCCA is also turned around, and in the case now is hunting for fraud in social media groups that have been posting the hyping of GameStop. Now, what people are looking at right now is that social media, basically those on Reddit, this was kind of a scrambled together effort to make sure that those who are shorting stocks and trying to basically do a dump on GameStop, even though GameStop, as we said about a week and a half ago, was going through a micro revolution of actually getting funded by people like Microsoft and so on and so forth, bringing them on as a partner, and also looking into probably getting into streaming and other revenue streams. Everyone was shorting the stock thinking, hey, this was the next thing to do. So when the Reddit users basically jumped in, it was off to the races. So now that the SEC is going to turn around and do a hunt for fraud, I don't know what the next issue is going to be that's going to be crossing, I guess, the lines of fraud, insider trading, and what you can share in social media. So that should be really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit
much
of a conundrum. I mean, I'm certainly no billionaire entrepreneur like Mark Cuban, but I mean, to say that it certainly seems, obviously that social media, I mean, the media in general, but now in this case, social media can rally towards a cause together, and there's enough volume there.
Yeah.
To actually impact the market on a not just one day. It's still going on, and he's even telling people to hold on now, because of the repercussions of other entities on its price, such as Robinhood now, and Robinhood's had to retract its own cap that first day, and I mean, it's just not over yet. And then of course the fact that they're not stopping at GameStop. If you guys have been following us now, they've been doing AMC. They dabbled a bit in silver commodities. So I don't know. This is certainly. I mean, what do you do though if you're a lawmaker? I mean, what do you say? You can't talk about stocks online. What do you do?
First of all, look. Here's the funnier part, right? Every major media outlet out there has some sort of function that is a news channel that talks about simply the stock market, right? You have Fox Business, you have NBC, news, their what is it? NBC Business, whatever the heck it is. You have Bloomberg. You have people out there, that have made careers and shows off of investing in the stock market. So isn't it kind of bullshit that if, a couple of people on Reddit just decided to share some information between themselves because what they saw happening in the market, now this is suddenly some level of collusion because it was the little guy scoring a shot against the big guy? To me,
oh yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. So maybe you should not allow this. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. That's what EB says. Maybe you should not allow. Yeah. No short sales. That's true, and that goes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Sales, yeah.
And that's what Actually, it's really funny, Corey, because if you can actually look at the stream, I have you up in as a picture.
I'm sorry, what?
I just got a picture of you and I'm sharing it as a screen. So there's just you waving in the corner forever. So yeah,
good, I see it.
Yeah, there you go. So Corey's here in spirit on the phone.
I was permanently at the Rolex in the
yes,
grandstands.
Yes, he is.
That's me. Enjoy you.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna be ingrained in everyone's mind as some dude.
Yeah. So
the story isn't actually about me, as we talk about stocks.
Yeah, but Corey's not dead. We're not doing this in like oh God, he's here.
You could magic lasso that other guy in the image, and then you could put me like coming through the camera or through the window on your left.
That would be funny. That'd be very funny. Yeah. You know what's even better? Look at that dude's legs. Those are some pasty white things, man. That's not me because I'm actually right here in the picture. That's my dopey face. We'll just scram that out of the way. We'll just go back to Corey waving. So, anyhow, yeah, just interesting to me.
All right. Okay.
This is why Trading Places warned us, and that's true. You know what? If you want to go back to,
are you moving the image around?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So if you want to go back to what we learned from the greats like Eddie Murphy and such from Trading Places, that was that was a Landis film. It was fantastic. But yes, don't short stocks. That's what it comes down to. So those are good calves. Hey, maybe they're calf implants. We don't know. Well,
I wasn't too worried about that guy, when the picture was taken.
No, I don't think any of us were. Well, tonight turned out to be an absolute shit show, but guess what? We're still here. We got stuff that we still got to get done. Because I got more video editing to do, and we will have a video for you on Friday from the Rolex. So that's that. Not our finest moment, but then again, also not YouTube's finest moment. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. Right, Corey? Hey.
I swear.
I'll just wave to you. Look, we're waving at each other. Anyhow. All right, with that said, I think it's probably time to bounce and call this one a day because it has been an absolute show. And I've had a good time. You had a good time?
Yeah, of course. I mean, just as the voice from the ether that still speaks to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Sounds great.
So, and we've got obviously things to investigate on what's going on with YouTube, but it's not our problem anymore. So I'm not going to take it. So anyhow, with that said, everybody, Thank you so much for tuning in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us back to the title screen. Just give us some happy music to just totally blow this out of our minds. Take a deep breath. And
I'm still waving.
I know you are.
Now I'm waving goodbye.
Yeah, now he's waving goodbye. That's what he's doing. So we will check you all out. Now, Friday, are we back regular time Friday?
I hope so.
Okay, good. Regular time Friday, we'll be here. So, see you guys then. Take care. Have a great night.
Time-wise.
Bye.
Yeah.
Wave goodbye, everybody. Corey. Bye.
I'm waving.
Bye.
I'm waving.